Magician is back. We also have hero action, and don't worry, dragons are back too. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out. Moros kind of triple illusion gate slammed into this Dark Magician deck. You know, I kind of appreciate that because it's actually going to kind of help you build like a little bit of a strong base board here for you to work with. Also, we have the Super Polys in the side deck. But in terms of the Dark Magician stuff, you know, you're playing 3 of the new Pharaoh Servant, 1 of the Shining Sarcophagus Dark Magician to kind of work with and build a board. Also, we're playing the Silent Swordsman card in the side deck as well to kind of act as a little bit of a base. And you got a lot of Solemns down there in the side deck. I also see you are side decking the original Dark Magician as well. Maybe there's a case where, you know, you have to board in the vanilla Dark Magician to kind of turn the Dark Magical Curtain into more of a generator. I assume that that is fully possibly why that you're choosing to explore, you know, these little interesting lines. But this deck looks like a lot of fun for what you can have. Next up here, we have heroes, and you know what? Seeing triple Saboteur Kuribo rolling into this bad boy is gorgeous. Obviously, you have a lot of cool bits and pieces with this. You do get to see the new card ejector doing its job. You have the Aqua Dolphin as the interaction point for that. A lot of the hero cards, if you've noticed, you're able to kind of slim down now on the variations and numbers of these. You're also only playing 1 copy of Ian Shuffle, which I think is fine. You are playing triple copies of Fusion Destiny, which is still probably one of the best cards that you can have and work with this. Going with double contrast hero chaos in here as well. I think most builds kind of are agreeing like the double contrast hero chaos is really, really strong for this deck. Most, I think, end boards are actually able to make like 2 of that now. So it's kind of crazy to think about that, you know, those are your ratios. I figured you'd cut back on some of the link monsters, but nope. Next up here, we have dragons. And I also see that we're looking at some of the new Blue Eyes support in here as well. Being able to search for the Maiden on paper seems great. Seems like a great addition to the deck, but sometimes you kind of got to take a little bit of a step back and go, you know, is this going to be the best variation? I think you've got some good ideas here. Playing 53 cards is nothing too crazy to think about. I do like, you know, when you're kind of getting underneath the extra deck here and you are getting to see used to the Dragoonity stuff, you're also having the new Halki Fibrax monster in here as a choice to work with. You have a lot of good tools in the Dragon existing box to work. And obviously, Equip's Wyvern just does so much for these decks. I think it's the reason why, like, Dragon anything is discussable right now. It's because Equip's Wyvern is a broken card. Next up, we have the Power of the Exceed Yuma special. I love the fact that this build is really getting creative here. You've managed to slam in like all of the High Five the Sky and all of the what I would consider are the niche trap cards for this deck, but that's not making this deck look incredibly crazy. It's just, if there was a character-themed version of the Yuma deck that you just wanted to pick up, go back into a time capsule and try to play, this would be it. This would be probably the best meta version of having a character deck you can have. And I know that's really saying something because, you know, it's not like this deck is competitive in its current form. The new Gaga monster does help this deck out a lot. All right, like the card is actually crazy good for the level modification and being able to hit those high notes. But character deck, this is okay. This is why we do these profiles, to share some fun things. Next up, if you want to get into the competitive side of things, nothing like shoving Tri-Brigade cards, Sprite cards, and of course a mini Radiant Typhoon package all into the same deck to be able to work. Now, how does this monstrosity work? Well, it's because, you know, Sprite stuff and the combination of what you've got going for you here. I mean, rank 2 this, rank 2 that. Okay, sure. I see we're also playing the Revolt. So, you know, you're going to navigate underneath the rank 2 axis for a lot of this game, which is going to be just fine because all you got to do is get into the Revolt. I mean, you're not going to be locked during your opponent's turn, so you can, you know, use the Revolt to make the Shurag, to use the form of the interaction so you can do your thing. Also, crazy enough, OCG still has access to Featherstorm, which means you have a stupid, ignorant card that you can actually use against your opponent to basically turn skip them and basically just win the game because you actually have access to it. Yeah, really, really funny, right? Next up is more Synchro good stuff. Now, this list is gone down to one Synchro emergency. I'm not particularly sold on that. I mean, your trade-off is we're playing things like Black Garden in here to kind of do some more of the little interesting things. I see we're also playing 2 of the new Junk Warrior spell card in here as well, or it was the new set support that allows you to rotate. And then of course we have triple of the Synchro Fellowship in here as well. The fact that we have the Scrap Iron statue, other trap card in here is hilarious. But in terms of what you're doing with this deck, this is a little bit more of a different exchange. And also, honestly, like the trap is a good payoff as a 3 of, but I can understand like if you draw it as a 1 of, you know, you're able to kind of combo up with it. So I think that was a little bit more of their logic. It's like if you do see it, it's incredibly good, but like if not, I don't think that's correct. But all right, gotcha. Next up is Primite Dark Magician. Well, Dark Magical Curtain during the draw phase to beam out a Dark Magician and then go search for a Gaze of Timaeus is some of the dumbest crap that you can possibly do. Also, I mean, you've got a Rolling Dragoon here that you're going to be able to roll out. My only concern that I have would be, what's my payoff with primiting out the Dark Magician? I guess it's like to have the Drill Beam. You're only playing 1 Drill Beam, which is a little bit interesting. I also see we're playing the Mausoleum in here as well, so we can actually search for it off of the field spell. I guess it does give you a play to turn your dragon into, and then you could technically primite out the Galaxy Serpent and then make a sphere. So there is an end board to this. I kind of like that. Barrel actually getting to modify himself into another extender is pretty good. Next up here we have Dark Magician with the Kuribo good stuff. So this little Kuribo interaction Congo line has been showing up quite a lot in different lists. It's actually been, I think, a good little assist help to this deck and actually kind of giving you some good interactions. Surprisingly enough, we're playing one of the OG Fang of Timaeus. I would rather just go with Gaze because, I mean, the card just is way more broken. You've also got 5 Dominuses in this deck. I also see that we are playing 3 of the Dark Magical Amulet, which does end up being a pretty decent support card for this deck to actually kind of help you out so you can kind of do things. Outside of that, I mean, Dark Magician has evolved in so many cool ways. So many people are testing out, you know, every other variation that you can think of. And it's just coming down to, you know, what's going to be the tool set that I'm going to need to make it work. Next up is a Spirit Pile. Whoa. First of all, Summoner Monk and the Morganite Generator are some pretty cool things. But I guess Summoner Monk does basically allow you to fuel some of these bad cards you can have. Also, I don't know who called up OG Swords of Revealing Light here and said, hey, I'm going to need some help to make sure that my opponent doesn't break my board, is definitely interesting. The entire extra deck is an absolute meme stick, by the way. Just to get the payoff of those 2 extras, you're playing 15 of the OG fusion monsters. But, I mean, you're trying to play this deck as more of a control deck, which is fine. You know, you got Hino Gagasuchi, you've got the Dust Spirit in here, too. The Dust Spirit is going to be wiping boards for you. So your payoff is this is supposed to be creative and what you're working with. Also, Clockwork Knight converting everything into a machine monster. Figured they'd have a Chimera Attack down here or something, but they've just chosen not to, so that's interesting. And our last list is some branded good stuff with your elements. You know, you can still play 60 cards with grass to kind of do some of the crazy milling that you would expect that this deck was very famous for, but also being able to deploy the Dark Magical Curtain to get into a Dark Spellcaster, you know, a OG Dark Magician, so that you can go pivot into the Gaze of Timaeus for the Dragoon, is still pretty much some of the craziest stuff you can do. Your side deck's also got some interesting stuff. The Shaddoll Fusions, Theseus, Muddragon, Albalenitus. Good, good, good. So please, what do you guys think about these cool decks? Please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.